Well, hello there, and welcome to my weekly energy and abundance reading for this week beginning the 1st of November 2021. Now, I've been hearing from lots of people that they're very kind of disturbed at the moment, feeling like they're really in limbo, almost between two worlds. And there's a couple of things that I want to say about that. So, firstly, let's remember that the energy on the planet last week, this week, every year it gets what I would describe as very heavy energy, very dark, almost underworld kind of energy, very stagnant and gluggy, and all of that. I would probably describe it as swamp-like almost, and it's almost like a time where the underworld almost comes up, right? Because we've got Halloween. So it's almost as if we're calling up these energies from beneath, right? With the ghosts and the ghouls and, all of this stuff. That's why people dress up like that at Halloween. It's very popular time for satanic ritual to take place because the energies are very ripe for that kind of vibration. And so it's possible that people are sensing this, not knowing really that it's all about this energy on the planet, what it is that they're really feeling, but they're feeling in limbo between two worlds almost. Now, if you watched my video last week, I said that the veils get very, very thin at this time of the year, so that people that are in a vulnerable, precarious state health-wise, if they're on the verge of passing over, they will pass over at this time, whereas they may not have at another time because the veils are very thin. Equally, beings that are on the other side of that veil can kind of come through into this space too. So there's like a movement of energies or entities, beings between those two veils, if you like. And so that would be between two worlds, right? That in limbo state as well. Now, so that's one side to it. But let's also remember that we're at the time on this planet where we are moving into a whole new timeline, this is a dimensional shift. So we're moving into the new age of light, and we're leaving behind the way that it's been on this planet for a very long, long time. So it's almost like people are jostling for their position. Will they stay in this old 3D timeline and align to all of the stuff that we see playing out around us? Will they shift their vibration and move into the new timeline where we get to create a whole new experience because we're in a whole new dimension? So people are in between those worlds as well. So as I said, we've got a couple of things going on here, right? As well, we are looking at a new timeline experience we haven't created in 5D as a collective yet. Some of us have already been in that energy of 5D for a very long time, and in fact, multi-dimensional awareness too, of course. But for some people, this shift into 5D is very new. So remember, what it's like when you turn up in a new location or a new school or a new workplace and you're like, okay, how do I navigate this? I don't know my way around. So people that are having this awakening experience and shifting their vibration, they're finding themselves in a new experience of life. It's their life, but they don't know themselves at this new level yet. So how do they interact? How do they be in this world, right? As well, here in Australia, we've got this kind of segregation thing happening between vax people and unvax people, and they don't know where they sit in all of that space, where they're allowed to be, where they're allowed to go. We've got these restrictions going on. We've got restrictions all around the world going on. This is not just in Australia. So you can see many people globally are very unsure of where they should be. We've got people suddenly packing up and moving location as well, of course, moving jobs and all of it. It's like anything is up for grabs. It's literally like someone shook everything up off the game, like tipped the board game up and all the pieces are kind of scattered everywhere. So globally, of course, many people don't really know where they're going to land. It's this in limbo state. Now, I would also like to mention that some people are choosing not to shift. They're choosing not to wake up to change anything in their life, or they're choosing to kind of conform along with the way that they're told to do things because that's what they're choosing. People that are moving out of that structure are more likely to be the ones that are in this in limbo state of not knowing how to be in the new way, how to create this new way of life for themselves. So I would like to remind you all that where you place your attention, your energy is flowing there, and you're going to be expanding that as an experience for yourself. Therefore, if you want to move into a new timeline, a new experience of life on Earth at 5D, don't be focusing all your attention on what's going on over there in the 3D. Because what you're leaving behind, what you don't want to be a part of, you don't really want to be putting all of your attention and awareness there. You want to be moving forward into the progressive. So visioning your future, not what you're leaving behind or trying to leave behind. Do you see what I mean? Because that is a bit of a splitting in your energy as well. I always say, don't be with your head in the sand and unaware of what's happening around you. You've got to keep your eye on it, of course, but not all of your focus, because it's a heavy energy. We don't want you to be pulled down by it. Certainly there is an agenda of fear. A lot of the propaganda coming out is all fear-based. It's to pull you down into that lower vibration where you don't want to be. So have a quick look if you need to, and then get out of there, and then do something to shift your vibration up, which could be something as simple as getting outside in nature, breathing in the fresh air, looking at the sun, getting the vitamin D upon your skin. It could be swimming in salt water or a saltwater bath at home if that's not possible. Meditation, of course. Saging your house to clear negative and lower vibrational energies, and listening to uplifting music that revs you up, that makes you feel good, or even the frequency, binaural beats or whatever, and 432 hertz, all of this type of thing is very supportive of your energy field, lifts your vibration up. Now, okay, we want to move into that new timeline. What do we want it to look like? Who will I be in this new timeline? What will I change about me to become the person I want to be? Because there will be a change as you move forward. You can't just transport yourself from this not old person, but your old way of being with the thoughts you have and the beliefs you have. You can't just transplant that into a new timeline and carry on, because it won't work there, right? So personal development work, journaling, do some self-healing or moving energy blocks. All of this kind of thing is very, very supportive as you move forward into your new timeline. So we're in a process of recalibration, recalibrating who you are in a whole new timeline experience. You will be meeting new people if you reach out to them, like-minded people that are coming together kind of collectively to create the new way. It's a little bit like, when the people got in the ships and they went to America to start a new life, or when they came to Australia to start a new life. So think of it that way. We're moving forward, we're leaving behind the old. What do you want to create in that new timeline? If you knew that you couldn't fail at anything, what would you like to do? How would you like to be? What relationships would you like to have around you? How would you interact? What would be your service to community? Because of course you are the source of your abundance. So the gifts and talents, the skills, the wisdom that you have inside of you will be used in exchange for money or food or whatever it is. But that's the value exchange, the energy exchange. And as I say, you are the source of your abundance. So you have that all within you. So how will you serve? How will you exchange? That could be a change of job. It could be a new career path. It could be stepping out in a way that you have always dreamed of, but maybe didn't have the courage to. And will you have the courage now as you step forward into this new timeline? So you're really, we're not in the new fully yet. This is why we get this limbo state. But you can get into that new much quicker when you focus completely on it. And when you make the commitment to yourself to literally step in to your new way of being, put the things in place that maybe you didn't have the courage to before, that maybe you were nervous to before, or that you doubted yourself. You know what? Just say to hell with it. I'm going to move into this new space, this new place, and I'm going to become who I came here to be, because it's not by accident that you're here right now on this planet at this time of mega change. You chose this at a soul level, and there's a reason that you're here. So what is it that wants to be expressed through you that you've been holding on to as a little diamond or gem hidden deep inside of you? It's time to bring it out now. It's time to let your light shine. It's time to be who you are, speak your truth, stand in the commitment of who you came here to be. That's the time that we're in now. The quicker that more of us do that, the quicker we will kind of solidify ourselves into that new timeline, or it can become more solid, because we will be building the structures to make it all work in that new timeline. So the quicker we shift out of the old into the new, the quicker things will settle down. Then we can take a big breath, a sigh of relief as we move into that new time. So that's my little tip for you this week. I hope it's been helpful to you to keep you on track. If you have any questions, please email me or DM me. I like to receive your comments and questions too. So you'll find me around most places: Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. Karen Turpin, Abundance Coach, and YouTube, of course. So look me up, connect with me, send me a DM, and yeah, let's build this new future and this beautiful new timeline together. Okay, well, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.